The rain had started without warning, pouring from the sky as if the heavens themselves wept. Daniel Reynolds, a single father juggling 2 part-time jobs, tightened his grip on the steering wheel of his beat-up Chevy as he navigated the slick streets. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, hummed softly in the back seat, clutching her worn-out stuffed bunny. They were on their way back from her school recital, the first one Daniel hadn't missed, no matter how tired he was. He glanced in the rearview mirror at her smiling face and felt a rare flicker of peace. But just ahead, under the flickering glow of a broken streetlight, a figure appeared. A woman stood barefoot, soaked, her white dress torn at the hem, makeup streaked across her pale cheeks. She looked lost. Desperate. Daniel instinctively pulled over. "You okay, miss?" he asked, rolling down his window. The woman blinked at him, as if unsure whether he was real. "Please. I need a ride. Anywhere but here." He hesitated for a moment. A man alone with a stranger in a soaked wedding gown was enough to raise eyebrows, but then Lily chimed in from the back. "Daddy, she looks like a princess." The woman let out a short, breathless laugh that was more pain than humor. "Not anymore," she whispered. Daniel unlocked the door. "Hop in." She slid into the passenger seat, arms wrapped tightly around herself. Water pooled around her, but Daniel didn't flinch. He simply handed her Lily's emergency blanket from the back seat. "I'm Daniel. And that little angel is Lily." The woman looked at the child and managed a faint smile. "I'm Emma," she said after a pause. As they drove, Daniel didn't press her. He just turned up the heat, offered her a granola bar, and focused on the road. Emma stared out the window, silent. The silence stretched until Lily broke it with innocent chatter about her recital, her sparkly shoes, and how she got to be the moon in the school play. Emma listened, her face slowly softening. When they reached Daniel's small apartment complex, she turned to him. "Thank you. I'll figure something out." "You don't have anywhere to go, do you?" he asked gently. Emma shook her head. "Then come in. At least until the storm passes." Emma hesitated, clearly not used to kindness without strings. But the exhaustion in her eyes won out. Inside, Daniel handed her a dry sweatshirt and sweatpants, far too big for her, and showed her to the bathroom. Lily excitedly insisted that Princess Emma could sleep in her room. Within an hour, the woman who had looked like a broken doll on the roadside was curled up on the couch with a cup of tea and a borrowed sense of peace. Over the next few days, Emma helped with chores, read bedtime stories to Lily, and cooked like someone who found therapy in stirring pots. Daniel noticed the way she lingered by the window, checking her phone only when she thought no one was watching. There was something she wasn't saying, something heavy behind her eyes. One evening, while washing dishes together, Daniel finally asked, "Want to tell me what happened?" Emma stared at the soapy water. "I was supposed to marry Nathaniel Ashford. You've probably heard of him." Daniel's eyebrows shot up. "Ashford? The tech billionaire. The man whose face was on every business magazine in the country." She nodded at his stunned expression. "Yeah. Him. But it wasn't love. It was a merger disguised as a wedding. A deal between his empire and my father's company. I didn't want that life. I couldn't be a trophy bride. So I ran." Daniel didn't speak. He just handed her a towel and kept washing. Emma looked at him, tears threatening to spill. "I didn't expect to find this. Kindness. Warmth. You and Lily, you're real." In the days that followed, Emma began to smile more. Laugh more. She taught Lily how to bake cupcakes from scratch, helped her with her reading, and even encouraged Daniel to apply for a better-paying job. "You've been selling yourself short," she told him one night as they reviewed his resume. Daniel couldn't deny it, her presence had changed their lives. His home, once quiet and practical, now felt alive. He found himself looking forward to conversations with her, to the spark in Lily's eyes when Emma was around. But peace never lasts forever. One morning, as Daniel walked out of the bedroom rubbing sleep from his eyes, he saw Emma frozen in front of the TV. A news report played in the background, showing security footage of a woman in a wedding gown fleeing a lavish estate. Emma's photo was plastered across the screen. "Billionaire bride vanishes," the headline screamed. "I need to go," she said softly, already gathering her things. "Why?" Daniel asked, heart pounding. "You're safe here. I can't put you and Lily in danger. His people. They'll come looking." "Let them," he said. "You're not property, Emma. You have the right to choose your own life." She looked at him then, really looked at him. "Why are you doing this?" Daniel shrugged. "Because someone once gave me a break when I was at rock bottom. Now I try to pass that forward." Tears welled in her eyes. "You're a better man than any billionaire I've met." Before she could leave, there was a knock at the door. Daniel tensed, shielding Emma behind him. But it wasn't the press or security, it was Nathaniel Ashford himself. He looked less like a billionaire and more like a desperate man. "Emma," he said quietly. "I'm not here to drag you back. I just needed to know you were safe." Emma stepped forward. "You were going to marry me for a deal, Nathaniel." "I know," he said. "And I regret it. I should have fought harder for you to feel seen. I didn't deserve you. But seeing you vanish made me realize I didn't want a merger. I wanted you." Emma glanced at Daniel, torn. Nathaniel sighed. "You found something real here. I see that now. I won't take it from you. I just needed to say I'm sorry." He turned and walked away. Emma stood in silence, tears streaming down her face. Later that night, sitting on the couch beside Daniel, she whispered, "I never knew love could look like this. Quiet. Uncomplicated. Kind." He reached for her hand. "It can. If you're willing to choose it." And she did. Months passed. Emma found work at a community center, helping young girls navigate self-worth and choices. Daniel got the better job, thanks to Emma's coaching, and even started saving for a house. Lily flourished with the love of two adults who adored her. One afternoon, while baking cupcakes, Lily looked up at Emma and asked, "Are you gonna marry Daddy someday?" Emma smiled. "What do you think?" "I think you already did," she giggled. Daniel walked in at that moment, flower-covered and beaming. "Well, if that's a proposal, I accept." They laughed, surrounded by the scent of vanilla and warmth. And so, in a world that often worshipped wealth and glamour, a runaway bride found something richer: love, family, and the healing power of everyday kindness. Because sometimes, the real fairy tale begins after the dress is torn, the rain falls, and a single dad opens the door, not just to his home, but to his heart.